and refers to the meaning, definition, analogy, the model, and metaphors characterizing something. And quantity is the amount, assumes the meaning, and refers to the measure of it. And when we consider the scope of qualitative techniques, there are many approaches that are adaptable for exploratory investigation of management questions, like individual depth interviews, participant observation, case studies, elite or expert interviewing, document analysis. And combining these approaches, four exploratory techniques emerge with more applicability. The first one is secondary data analysis, experience surveys. The third one is focus groups, and last one is two-stage designs. About secondary data analysis, the first step is research the secondary literature. A researcher the first step is to research an organization's own data archives, and reprose prior studies can reveal a lot of information about historical data and decision-making patterns. And by reviewing prior studies, you can identify methodologies that proved successful and unsuccessful. The second source is published documents prepared by authors outside the sponsored organization. Next one is experience survey. When we research some resource of a particular field, there may be a lot of resource is proprietary to given organization, and thus it is unavailable to give an outside searcher. So we need to seek in the information from people who experience in the era of study, and we can tap into their collective memories and experience. So when we talk to the expert, we can ask some questions like, what is being done? What has been tried in the past with or without success? How have things changed? Who is involved in the decisions? What problem areas can be seen? And whom can we count on to assist or participate in the research? So we can get a lot of information during the conversation. Next one is focus groups. Focus group is a group of people, typically 6 to 10 participants, and led by a trained moderator who meet 90 minutes to 2 hours, and participants can change their feelings, ideas, and experience on a specific topic. And the objective of focus group might be a new product or product concept, and a new employee motivation program, and improved production line organization. The last one is two-stage design. With this approach, exploration becomes a separate first stage with limited objectives, clearly defining the research question and developing the research design. And the character of this approach is little risk and reduce the total research cost. And so when exploratory studies is finished, when researcher achieve the following goals: establish the major dimensions of their research task, or define a set of subsidiary investigative questions that can be used as guides to do a detailed research design, and develop several hypotheses about possible causes to management dilemma. And fourth one is learn how to remove some hypotheses. And the last one is conclude additional research is not needed or is not feasible. And let's welcome Sharon again.
Hello everyone, I would like to talk about descriptive studies. Descriptive studies serve a variety of research objectives, such as description of population characteristics, be interested in securing information about other variables, such as the number of accounts for minor and the number of accounts open within the next 6 months, and the amount of activity in accounts. Data on each of these variables may have value for management decisions. However, the relationships between them may be greater interest. So, in fact, our task is to determine if the variables are independent or if they are not, and to determine the strength of the relationship. Let's welcome Iris.
I would like to introduce the causal study. Firstly, I would like to introduce that if you want to get some successful inference making from our experimental design, and we need to do 2 things. The first one is the control. That means accepting the independent variable, and we need to make sure that all factors must be held constant and not be confounded by other variable. And the second one is a random assignment, and that means each person in the study have the equal chance for exposure to each level of the independence variable. And there are 2 models which is proposed by Mio. And the first one is the methods of agreement. And as you can see, there are few factors here. In number 1 group, there are A and B and C factors, and it causes Z results. And in number 2 group, there are C and D and E factors, and it also causes, and these factors cause Z result. So therefore, C has a relationship with Z. And this model is another model. This is a negative canon of the agreement. And as we can see, the number 1 group is as same as the last one model. And we need to notice the number 2 group. There are also A and B factors. However, there is no C factors. And thus we don't have the Z result. So therefore, C has a relationship with Z. If we want to consider the possible relationship in our design, and there are 3 possibilities. The first one is symmetrical, and the second one is reciprocal, and the last one is asymmetrical. And because most research designers are interested in the last one, asymmetrical, so we would like to talk about it more. And also, there are 5 relationships in the asymmetrical. That is property, response, behavior, and disposition and stimulus. And these 5 relationships can be divided into the 4 combinations. And that is the stimulus response, and the property disposition behavior, and the property behavior. And I would like to introduce each one by one. And the first one is stimulus response. It means an event or change results in a response from some object. And for example, the price increase may cause the fewer unit sales. And the second one is the property disposition. That means an existing property causes a disposition. People in different age have different attitudes about saving. And the third one is the disposition behavior. That means a disposition causes a specific behavior. For example, many people have different opinions about a brand and its purchase. And the last one is property behavior. and it means an existing quantity causes a specific behavior. For example, people in different age had different sports participation. And finally, if you want to test the causal hypothesis, and there are three things we can do. The first one, we need to measure the covariations among the variable. And the second one is that we need to decide the time order of the event. And the last one is we need to make sure that other factors do not confound the explanatory relationships. And thanks for attention.